There was once an old respected man who fell ill. The doctors told him that the only way to cure his disease was for him to drink fresh goat's milk every day. The man bought a goat and put him in a pen. A few days passed, and one morning the goat disappeared. No one knew where it had gone. They searched for it everywhere, but there was no trace of it. In the evening, the goat suddenly reappeared. It's under heavy wood fence, sweetest milk that could possibly be. The man and his family were happy that the goat had returned, but wondered where it had gone to graze. What had it eaten that it was able to produce such sweet milk? The following day, the goat disappeared again and returned in the evening. This went on for a few days, and the old man was determined to solve the mystery. He said to his only son, "My son, I must find out where the goat disappears to and how it brings back such delicious milk." The boy said, "I have an idea, father." He tied a thick, strong rope around the goat's tail and told his father, "When the goat strays, I will hold on to the string and follow the goat and uncover the secret." "That will make me very happy," his father said. The next morning, the boy woke early and went out to the pen. As soon as the goat left the pen, the boy grasped the string and followed it. The goat climbed up mountains and descended into valleys until it finally reached a cave. The boy followed it inside. After several hours, the boy walked through the cave. When they exited the cave from the other side, they found themselves in a large, green, pleasant land where water streams and fragrant orchards. The goat left the path and walked to a carob tree, land with fruits. The fruit was so juicy that the nature was dripping out of it. The goat pulled out a branch and began eating from the fruit. The young boy was amazed in the sight and praised Hashem for the beautiful land he had reached. When he saw people passing by, he stood up and then asked, "Where am I? What is this lovely place called?" "You are in Eretz Yisrael, in the city of Tzvat," they told him. He was so glad and thankful to Hashem for having led him to a shortcut to the Holy Land. He bent low and kissed the holy dust. Then he sat down under a fruit-laden tree and said to himself, "I will stay here until evening. Then I will go back with the goat and bring my father and mother with me back to Eretz Yisrael." But that day was Friday. Suddenly the boy heard the blast of a shofar and saw people dressed in fine white clothing coming out and announcing, "Let us cry the Shabbos Queen." The boy jumped up and looked at the splendorous people, called in white robes, all waving mitral branches and preparing to welcome the Shabbos Queen. The boy realized that he had no time to go back home and would have to remain there for Shabbos. The goat was ready to go, and the boy left it was to send back in empty-handed. He wrote his father a letter. "Dear father, I have safely reached Eretz Yisrael with Hashem's kindness and with the goat's help. Do not ask me how I got there. Simply hold on to the strings of the goat's tail and follow it. Then you will come to Eretz Yisrael. The sooner the better," the boy pleaded. And he placed the note on the goat's ear and hoped that when he would get home, his father would stroke the goat's head and notice the note that would fall out. His father would read it and follow his instructions. That evening, the goat got back safely, but unfortunately, the father did not run his hand on the goat's head, and the note did not fall out. The old man was hysterical when he saw that his son had not returned with the goat. He tore his clothes and screamed, "My son has been devoured by wild beasts! Dear son, where are you?" He was sure that his son was no longer alive, and he mourned him for a long time. Every time he saw the goat, he would be reminded of his dear son, and pain would grow. Finally, he could take it no longer. He summoned the shepherds to slaughter the goat. When he sank the crates, the note fell from the goat's ear. The old man read the note and realized that his son was alive and well in the Holy Land. He began crying and tearing in the air, saying, "Woe is me, for I have lost my chance. I could have come to Eretz Israel in one short leap. Now, who knows where the cave is? How can I get to Eretz Israel? In my foolishness, I brought this trouble upon myself." He dressed in sackcloth and placed the dust on his head, praying fervently to Hashem to bring him to the Holy Land. Finally, Hashem made a miracle for him, and the cave opened up before him. He and his wife walked through the cave right into Eretz Israel. There they met their son, who by now had married and had a family, a house and fields. He worked the land and enjoyed the fruits of the Holy Land.